Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll check out the satellite and lightning picture here on this Friday morning as the sun comes up. A beautiful day across the Northeast, and we're really looking at a beautiful weekend here as we look at some cool, refreshing, less humid air making its way into the Northeast. High pressure moving in. That's going to keep showers and storms out of the region as we head into the weekend as well. We have seen some precipitation make its way through. We'll talk about what that looks like here in just a moment, but just show you a look at the hazards map from the National Weather Service on this Friday morning. And again, advisory free for the most part across the Northeast here, though we do have some advisories here for along the coastlines of the Great Lakes here, some rip currents and beach hazards to be had. Now, checking out the surface picture here with the last 72 hours of precipitation. And again, heaviest across the south, where we saw even some severe weather across southern Pennsylvania, getting into the Delmarva there during the afternoon and evening yesterday. A tornado threat that was maybe a little bit higher in the morning didn't quite materialize, though I did see at least one tornado report down there across southern areas. Some heavy precipitation, nearly an inch of rain across portions of southern New York as well, getting into western portions of Massachusetts and Connecticut. Now we're looking at the last 30 days of precipitation on the left in terms of a percent of normal. And then we got the next 7 days of precipitation here on the right. Now it's going to be pretty dry over the next few days, but we will have a front making its way through here as we get into the middle part of next week that's going to bring scattered precipitation to the area. And then we could see a couple of days worth of shower and storm chances here as we get into the later part of next week. A bit of uncertainty there, but it does look like those rain chances will be increasing toward the back half of the next 7 days. And that'll have implications there across parts of western and northwestern Pennsylvania here, western New York, and then far eastern portions of the region here that are a little bit on the dry side as we look at the last month of precipitation. No severe weather across the Northeast as we head through the weekend. Quiet here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will have a low risk for some strong storms across parts of the Midwest on Saturday, primarily Saturday night into the day on Sunday, though. We're looking at the upper level pattern here across the U.S. The jet stream here, a broad ridge in the west, broad trough in the west. This is the wave that brought the rain chances and the severe weather here over the last couple of days. It will be departing, bringing cool and dry air in its wake as we head into the weekend. Again, a drier stretch of days here across the region before we start to build a ridge into the area here. Now, we're talking about a big cold front across the west. The story in the east is going to be at a building ridge. So hot weather will be returning to the Northeast here at the same time that we're seeing a big push of cold air down across parts of the southern U.S. Again, this ridge is going to be allowing for some unseasonable summer warmth here to make it in here as we get into the mid to late part of the coming week. Talk about what that looks like here with the temperatures. Again, cool air moving in as we head into the weekend. It's going to be unseasonably chilly and a drier, much less humid as we head into the weekend across the Northeast. But then that heat starts to move back in right as we get into the early part of next week. Right around Monday, we'll start to warm back up. But Tuesday and Wednesday is when we'll notice the heat turning back on again. This front that was maybe expected otherwise to crash into more of the Midwest and eventually maybe sweep through the Northeast several days ago. Not going to be doing that at this point now as the upper level low cuts off across the western U.S. That front now is going to just kind of stall out and then begin to pivot back north as a warm front as that ridge continues to build across the region. So heat is in the forecast across the Northeast. We'll be talking about dry weather here for the next several days. We'll pin down when that next rain chance is going to be across the Northeast. Again, watching cooler air stream in. As we head through the weekend, watch another frontal boundary approach from the west here, but really stall out. Again, this is the one that it's a cold front here extending from this low, and then we attach that to what's kind of a stationary front across this region. Now the cold front's going to start to drop in here as we get into Monday and Tuesday. It stalls out across this region, though. You can kind of see this with the precipitation. I'm going to take all the complicated drawings off, but now that I've kind of painted the picture, now we've just got this boundary stalling out right in this region. We're going to keep the rain and thunderstorms along that. So as long as the thermal boundary is off to our north, as long as we're in this hot, ridged environment, we're going to keep widespread rainfall out of the forecast until we get to the last part of the week here, getting into Thursday, that will start to bring some moisture in from the coast, bringing that in from the east, and then combining that with that upper level system finally swinging out as we get into Thursday and Friday. So a dry week and a dry start to the week with higher rain chances across the Northeast as we get into late Tuesday, more likely Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is just a look at the surface winds. I'll go ahead and, or not surface, but just above the surface here, 850 millibars. Again, just bringing this into the early part of next week, watching this first wave making its way through, the front stalling out, and then we get this boundary here where we've got strong southerly flow out ahead of that front. On the backside, we've got northeasterly winds coming in. A very sharp line here where we'll be seeing all sorts of shower and thunderstorm activity over the early part of the coming week. Between now and the end of the day on Wednesday, though, pretty dry across the northeast, a big dry corridor here from the southeast all the way into the northeast, where the GFS on the right is a little bit more gung-ho with shower and storm chances here, but I lean toward the drier European model here. I do think that we are going to be quite dry here as we head through Wednesday across the northeast. Over the same time period between now and Wednesday evening, the probability of picking up an inch of rainfall, again, 0% chance here across the northeast. Again, it's just going to be on the dry side until we get this ridge to break down. We get the upper level system and the frontal boundary to finally swing through here during the last half of the coming week. We'll finish with a look at temperatures then. Again, the front moving through today, that'll be cooling things down, 60s and 70s for your high on Saturday. Same thing on Sunday, that will warm up to near 80 across western portions of Pennsylvania. Warming up now as we head into the mid part of next week, 80s back in fashion here as we get into Monday and Tuesday. Again, you see the big cold air mass sinking in here on Tuesday. It simply will not make it, though. We're going to keep swinging that warmth back up the coast, warming back up to the 80s, maybe even a few 90-degree temperatures here as we head into the mid and late part of the coming week. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you again on Tuesday morning.